What's going on, you guys? My name is Noel. For those of you who are back again, thank you. Welcome back. Join us. For those of you who are new here, this is a commentary channel where I talk about things I'm passionate about, social issues, pop culture, story times, you name it. And if you care about what I'm talking about, then tune in. So obviously by the title of this video, you know what this video is about because you clicked on the video. But today I'm just talking about being black and femme because I am both of those things. So before I get any closer, this is not a cry for help or a, oh my god, like why? Life is so hard, people don't like me, yada 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 yada. No, this is just me talking about my experience, and hopefully those who have similar experiences, we can connect on that. And in this video, when I'm talking about masculinity and femininity, I'm talking about it from a societal standpoint and what society deems masculine and or feminine, just so you know.
Let's talk about that.
And in my experience, when it comes to being a black man in the black community, femininity is kind of seen as like the bane of the black community, like the downfall, like the destruction, like Armageddon. And that's always baffled me just because growing up, I never really saw a lot of gay stuff, a lot of LGBTQ representation. For me, the most I ever saw was like men in dresses, and it was mostly heterosexual men, so Martin Lawrence.
How y'all there?
And Eddie Murphy.
Right, and sis, let me tell you, just between the two of us, I can't keep Norbert off me. He's the biggest freak you ever want to meet, and he be blowing my back out.
And Tyler Perry with the Medea movies. I never really saw homosexual people when I was growing up in that space. I don't really understand when people think that like feminine black men or queer presenting black men or openly queer black men are the driving force for destruction of the black community. Just baffling to me. This idea that you see one gay thing and all of a sudden like a switch just flips. That doesn't happen. It's not a thing. For me, in my experience, I've just always been naturally drawn to certain things like the color pink, Powerpuff Girls, Totally Spies, Care Bears. My mom had a huge collection of like Care Bears in my grandfather's house, and each Care Bear comes with like an individual tape that you can watch. Like a little VCR TV, the old times. Yeah, the old times. Each tape was like 30 minutes and I would just sit down and like watch all of them because it was just a great time.
Tenderheart's right. We can do it, but we have to do it together.
Do what?
Okay, everybody. Everybody, that's it. Everybody call.
They're all bottoms.
And then on top of that, because I loved video games, I would always pick female characters in video games because they kick. It's true. You know it's true.
Boy toy named Troy used to live in Detroit. Big dope dealing money, he was getting some coins. Wasn't shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace. Bought me Alexander McQueen, he was keeping me stacked.
And it was just who I was. And I think that when family members or those who raise black men who are feminine or naturally feminine, that their mindset is where did this come from and how do we get rid of it? And they always, you know, try to overcompensate and try to find ways to like wring that out or like train it out, or they think that they can mold you in a certain way to where those feminine impulses can be, what is the word? Can be tossed out or suppressed. I don't know words on this day. And for me, I think that kind of happened in the form of sports. I did every sport under the sun. I did football, which I hated because I just didn't know what I was doing. Baseball, tennis, track. I just did a plethora of sports and I still turned out pretty feminine, pretty gay. And it just is what it is. And I guess for me, I was kind of lucky to grow up in this liberal suburban area. So I kind of had, at least when I went to like school and after school care, that I had like full range to like explore where I wanted to explore. I remember one day in after school care, I dressed up in like heels and a skirt and had a purse, and I was just playing dress up. And my teachers didn't tell my mom. The teachers didn't tell my mom. Nobody sent any emails. Nobody, you know, shamed me. I didn't get beat up or stomped out or, you know, thrown under the bus. It kind of just was what it was, and like my teachers kind of just like encouraged it, let it happen, didn't really care, and I was kind of lucky in that regard. I know certain individuals don't have those type of environments. And then I think I really, when it came to like masculinity and femininity, I really got to explore more once I got into theater.
So inventive, creative.
push the boat out on that one.
I got into theater in like the 7th grade. And I originally like signed up for the theater class as like just a fun little whatever I want to do. My friend said it was an easy A. Easy A, so do it. And I did it. I just like fell in love with it. And you know, with theater I got to dress up and play different characters and use props and run around the stage and just be goofy and silly and just fun. And it's no secret that theater is like a safe haven for queer and LGBTQ people. Not saying that people who do theater are just automatically queer, but like theater is an art form that allows multiple people from different perspectives and different walks of life to express themselves freely and do the things that makes them happy. And theater is also where you can tell different stories from underrepresented groups, which is what I use theater for, because I want to be a playwright. Well, no, I'm not. No, I am a playwright, but I will be a published playwright, manifesting.
So inventive.
And then doubling back to middle school is when I finally like got the labels. Because I didn't even know what like gay was. I may have heard the word a few times here and there, but I really didn't know what it was until middle school. And that's when people started figuring things out, because you know, people start liking and hormones and puberty and whatever. And I don't know if it's that prevalent today, because obviously I'm not in school anymore because I'm like a grown man. But back in 2010, 2011, 2012, there was a big no homo thing that was like just all over schools, and it was annoying. Like, if 2 guys hug, no homo.
If you give a compliment, no homo.
If you
Brush your hair a certain way, no homo.
If you breathe too hard, no homo.
no homo was everywhere. And I remember on Team Nick, when Nick Cannon was the chairman of Nickelodeon. Wow, that memory just resurfaced. But I remember the little commercials about I know there was one with Hillary Duff and about like,
When you say that's gay, when you say something's gay, to me not cool, it's lit.
I'm just gonna play it.
Do you like this top? It's so gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
But I remember those commercials with Hillary Duff and other celebrities about saying no homo and using gay as an insult or as another word for uncool or lame or whatever. And I was like, wow. Progressive. And for me, it was just like, when it came to my peers and people around me, I just kind of always got the fingers like, oh, you're gay, that's gay, how you walk is gay, you talk to, your voice is too soft, you're too high, everything you do is too high pitched. And it was kind of like, I never really had a chance to be heterosexual. It was kind of just like, you're this. And it was like, no, I'm not, but you are. But I'm not, but you are. And I think now that I'm like getting more into like activism and advocacy, that I'm realizing that people really do need safe spaces to express themselves, not only through the sexuality, but through their gender identity. And dating as a somewhat feminine guy, and it doesn't really affect my life too much. I have had instances where people are like, oh yeah, no femmes, don't be too feminine, I like a man's man. And I definitely can say, as I was, like when I was in like high school, I kind of had those similar thoughts, like, oh, I would never date a guy who wears makeup. I would never date a guy who does this or that and the third. But as I've matured and gotten older, I realized that those things are kind of stupid. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really matter. Do I think people have the right to have their preferences and say what they say and talk about what they want to talk about and be who they want to be with? Absolutely. But I think to advertise like, hey, people who are like this, I don't like you, don't even try to message me, don't even come into my area, that's kind of disrespectful. Like, you can easily just interact with the people that you want. You can have your preferences, but just keep it respectful, keep it a buck. So what do I want you to take away from this disjointed video is, people need room to discover who they are, gender-wise, masculinity-wise, femininity-wise. Whether they identify as one or the other, or both, or neither. Labels are stupid. All forms of gender identity and expression are valid. And last but not least, being black and femme is a great thing and should be celebrated and appreciated. With that being said, that is the end of this video. My name is Cameron Noel. Hope you guys are being safe. Hope you guys are having a great quarantine. Wash your hands, stay indoors, practice social distancing. Please, 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 so we can finally get rid of this coronavirus and go back to when things made sense. And I will see you in the next video.